Hey everybody, welcome back to the Jodo Cast. I'm Joe,
I'm Bethany.
and we got another unboxing for you. I like seeing what Bethany says about things that I make her look at, I guess. Um, and so we've got the July wave of Shatterpoint releases, not including General Grievous because he's a little delayed. We'll probably look at that one later, but we're going to go through all the Inquisitor, Luminara, and the Dual Pack right now.
All right.
All
Which one do
right.
you want me to start with? Is there one?
I don't care. This is your show now.
Okay, so this is Jedi Hunters, aka Inquisitors,
Uh huh.
right?
Uh huh.
Okay. I like how they look.
You
Here.
like
Lousy Jedi. Jedi Jaeger.
lousy Jedi?
Lousy Jedi. It sounds like some sort of insult. Okay. Read this first.
All the assembly instructions are online, which
I mean,
I think at first I thought it was because they would save money, not having to put it in the box, because that adds up to a lot of paper. But if that were the case, there probably wouldn't be 50 copies of each card in different languages. So I think it is just to allow them to update it. If they realize they
did it wrong?
did it wrong, then they can update it on the fly, and everyone will have up to date
Okay.
instructions, which makes sense.
Yeah, it kind of seems weird that they have. I know you told me that they have a bunch of different cards for the same person. Okay, so this is.
That's Wilecki. That's Wilecki Inquisitor.
Oh,
You
pardon
don't
me,
re-
Jedi.
you don't remember Wilecki?
Piatti? Piatti
Brat.
Brat? What language is that?
That's Polish.
That's Polish. Okay.
Poland, despite having, there's not a lot of people who speak Polish relative to all the other languages in this box. Poland apparently has a really big tabletop wargaming community.
Okay, we got. I'm just assuming German.
That's Großinquisitor gefallene Jedi. They, Germans
Yeti.
call Jedi Jedi.
Ihr habt versagt, Hoheit. Ich bin ein Jedi. Genau wie mein Vater vor mir.
Aww. So what do they call Yeti? You don't know that
Maybe
one?
also a Yeti. I don't know. I never had to learn the word for Yeti.
Yeti. Jedi.
Yeah, I don't know that
I
one.
mean,
What is this one?
we really don't need to look at all
I
the.
want to know what it is.
We got French, German, Polish, Spanish, and English.
Okay, so is this
That's French.
Okay.
Frère.
I guess looking at the names isn't going to help me. It's looking at the rest of it would probably give me. All right. English.
Yeah, this is the one we need to actually store.
So the other ones are just like little art things? Just
What?
extra
I mean,
paper? What?
Yeah, if you can think of a creative use for all of this extra paper we don't need, I mean, we could put them all in a collage. This is just garbage, more or less. At least it's probably recyclable, but I don't know. I still have this stuff from the other expansions.
It just seems strange. Like, why wouldn't.
It makes it easier for them to produce and ship them worldwide on time, because if they had to make a separate product for every region, that makes everybody get them
I mean,
more slowly.
you could have the outside box and like directions, cool, like all languages, and then have like a little, oh, you want English? Plop. We'll have like
That's what they did
the
for.
bag that just has all the English or the French or the German, and then you go, okay, this one wants this, and then you mark it.
You, I, I don't know why that's wrong, but it's obviously less efficient for their
I
business
need to
than doing
know.
it
I
this
need
way.
to know.
Okay, well, I'll have to dig up because they literally explained this a long time ago when they announced Shatterpoint, and it's just it's easier for everybody except people who don't like waste.
Okay. So Preston Stone did all this art. Don't know if that's a known person.
Sounds familiar.
Okay. Is this the same art?
Oh yeah, this is the
Okay.
Although some of the art differences, their lightsabers are in different states of ignition. Usually between the front and the back of the cards. Like his lightsaber's in like spin boy mode,
boy.
and now it's in not.
Stationary, yeah.
And
okay.
you can the lighting is even different too, which is
Yeah. Okay, so
yep. You finding another potential issue with the
why
multi-language?
do we need to have
Well-
multiple of these?
Well, I mean, this is Grand Inquisitor Fallen Jedi, right?
Yeah,
Okay, find me another one.
that.
This is Wilecki Inquisidor,
They're the same.
and sorry, that one is Gross Inquisitor Gefallener Jedi.
They're exactly the same.
That one looks a little German. Yes, they're exactly the same.
Like, I would understand if, like, Shatterpoint was in a different language. Why?
No, they don't translate the titles of things.
Why? This is the same exact card.
Because they're probably printed in batches where, like, all of the language cards are printed together rather than all of the order cards being printed together.
Print all of, like, one set of these, and then the correct language one. Now I have to find the correct language one. Well, this one
they
says,
were all
here we go.
together.
Yeah, like one set, and then all the language even. Then you can take out all of this. That's just duplicates of the exact same thing.
Put it in the don't need it pile.
This is going to be a really big pile at the end of this.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Oh, all their stance cards. Because we need the 4 order cards and 4 stance cards.
We need 4, these 4, and these 4. And then you get way more that you don't use.
But
Someone explain this. First of all, explain these.
let me get Simone Elliott on the phone. She'll explain it.
Why are there so many different versions of the same exact card? It's the same exact card.
For, it's a trading card game. You can go trade it with your friends.
For the same exact card.
I mean, it's obvious that the way they're printed is language specific.
So confused. Okay. And then we have the little peeps.
Unless I don't think you
Vases?
don't need to break down their cards and abilities for us. We've already seen all that online.
Ooh. Those I feel like are going to be dangerous.
Well,
'Cause
take
they're
it out.
Well, like, look it, they're so thin. I'm not taking it out.
You're not unboxing?
If I break one of them, it's just fall. But look at it, it's so thin.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you?
I didn't expect it to, like, do this little... I expected it to be more solid than that.
That's what she said.
I mean, they do have a billion different languages on these cards, but really, only 2 on the last bag.
Oh yeah, you're saying that people in who don't speak English or French are at higher risk of suffocation.
Yes. It's the only place that they don't have an overabundance of language.
Grand Inquisitor and the Fifth Brother come with alternate heads for the Kenobi show or the Rebels
okay.
version, which is just I don't know. I really like that they did that because I don't want him to look like the live action version.
You don't? You don't want to be like, hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. That's kind of neat. All right. Yeah, I think the Rebels version is more what I think of.
All right, next box.
Next box.
What is this one?
This one is the squad pack of... Oh, are they all called squad packs?
They're all
Plans.
called something squad pack, except for the Cad Bane one, which they forgot to include the word squad pack on it, unless they change that by the time it comes out.
Okay. Well, it says plans in preparation. Isn't she the one who bombs the place and then frames Ahsoka?
Yes.
Okay. So not good people. Okay.
don't know. This is at a more ideal time in their lives.
I mean, this is just before she decided she was going to become a domestic terrorist.
Probably.
Okay.
Or maybe while it's on her mind where she's weighing her options, I guess.
Okay. Was I supposed to repackage those? I don't know how to do an unboxing.
This isn't a reboxing video.
All right. We have... Okay. Another thing. Have fun. That's in the rules.
Oh, don't tell me what to do.
Have to. Okay. So we have... Luminara, Barris, and Republic Clone Commandos?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just 3 cards this time.
Most of them are just 3. The Inquisitors had 4 because they came with 2 supports.
We have Maestra.
Maestra.
Oh, apparently Padawan is just Padawan.
It's because it's a Star Wars word. I'm pretty sure it was not an English word before George Lucas said. This is what they're called.
Add all of those
To the pile.
to the pile.
Well, we can sort them by size.
Want to be all fancy, I guess. This one is Chris Bjors and Colin Surley. Or Cyril. I don't know. Okay, and then we have...
Okay, stack's getting bigger.
Okay.
Did,
Oh, I didn't really look at the art.
well, I also, like, do you have any thoughts about... It's fine to not care.
I just find her a strange addition. Because, like...
She's Luminara's Padawan.
But she becomes a domestic terrorist.
So does Anakin.
Yeah, but he's like... Why her, specifically? Like, why pick her out of everyone you could pick? Why
Because she was Ahsoka's friend. Oh, you mean
What?
to include in the game?
her? Yeah.
Because
Like, why
she's an
these
obvious
2?
inclusion with Luminara. Because people like Luminara.
Okay, well, is there not... Did Luminara not ever have another Padawan?
Not that I'm aware of. Not that was in the Clone Wars. Not that was a prominent character in the show that most of these people are from.
Well, she should be a baddie then.
She
Give
can
her-
be.
Give her
There's no
some red.
restrictions in this.
But this blue. And she's like,
Barris
I'm a
is
nice
like-
person.
Well, she was a nice person.
She committed domestic terrorism and then framed Ahsoka.
Yeah, that was after
Not
she was done
nice
being
person.
Well, I
Behavior.
didn't mean that was nice.
Not nice person behavior.
You're not gonna look at the plastic?
This plastic?
Yeah, I want to see the plastic. The most exciting part of the package.
It's
That's
the most
why it costs so
confusing
much.
part. Because it's like you walk into a weird place where they're printing body parts or something. Like, imagine if you walk into a building and this is just the wall. Where there's
That-
just limbs.
Exists somewhere, I've seen. Not limbs. I think it's like a like some kind of car company has like their car on a wall with sprues or something like that.
Well, it just reminds me of, I think I told you about this before. There was like this place in Arizona that was supposed to be like you donate your body to science.
Uh-huh.
And people were making like weird Frankenstein-esque things out of different people's body parts.
That's cherry for an unboxing video.
Just saying, that's what that reminds me of.
This is the dumbest piece right here. This,
Why do you have a square? Is that the box that she hides in when she becomes a domestic terrorist?
as all domestic terrorists do. Now look at the package. I'll show you what it's for.
The package. Oh, it's cover.
It's just a wall that will make it harder to paint and look sort of silly, I think.
Yeah, that's a little strange. Because you have cover. So does this person always get cover?
If they have a hunger token. It's not terrain.
This inherently feels like they
No,
should
it's
be...
just part of his miniature.
I feel like if this man is diligent enough to carry around his own wall, he should get cover.
All right, now the big one, the controversial product.
Because there's only 2 people. And it's, why is this the biggest box with 2 people? You're not going to tell me. I have to unbox it.
I mean, you you could also just read or look at it.
We don't read in unboxings.
You'd be surprised how many people come to YouTube for people to read them things that they could read on their own.
Sometimes you just want people to tell you what you're missing. Oh, jeez. Okay. Is this all terrain?
As the
It's
Germans would
Gotfinger.
say, Jein. Yes
So
and
those-
no.
Okay, well, we got...
Well, yeah.
Oh, there's a head. I was going to say, I don't see a head. There's another head. Okay. Well, that's a hat. Does he have the rest of his head? It's a hat. Oh, a helmet. Sorry.
Did you not even look at the outside of the box?
Well, okay. But technically, it's not a helmet because it doesn't have, like, all of it. It's just the
You're
hat
saying-
part that you're plopping on top.
Hold on. Your definition of a helmet is like a stormtrooper that requires full coverage, like a Mandalorian. So if someone riding a motorcycle or like a old-timey hockey player,
That's like a baby helmet, like a not as effective helmet.
so if it doesn't have any face covering, you're saying it's a hat
I mean,
and not a helmet. Like somebody in the Marines, you go, nice hat.
for just someone in the Marines, I probably would say nice hat because it looks like a hat.
Look, it's a hat. It's not gonna hurt you. Look.
But like, there's no face part on this one, so it looks like it's just
Yeah, it's part of his helmet.
yeah, but it's only part of the helmet, so it's like a
You're
hat.
putting,
It's a hat. Where's his head?
I don't know.
Where's the
Keep
rest of him?
investigating.
Is he in here? We found his hat.
I'm gonna guess his face is in two parts.
Oh, it's part of his.
Oh, it's attached to the cloaky bit. That's kind of spooky. If it was just
Oh,
that
yeah.
piece, it's some kind of like wraith.
Imagine being like haunted by that.
I mean, I feel like Kenobi was haunted in his dreams. Ooh.
Just that floating along on Tatooine, just being like, "Hello."
Hello.
I like how they have a little divot there so you can see Obi-Wan's face.
I think it's less for a viewport and more so you can, it doesn't get damaged.
It's a viewport.
Okay.
Okay, and this is gears and whatnot, terrain and whatnot, and other pieces. Okay,
Yeah.
so these are
Kind of a weird inclusion for a speeder. That speeder.
Okay, it's a speeder.
That speeder is from the Solo movie. That's Moloch's speeder from the beginning, the guy who has the dogs. Just like a kind of a weird choice. Maybe they picked
he
it because it's very
repairing
flat. He's fixing it.
That's what it looks like on the picture. He's just fixing it.
I mean, Anakin does like fixing machinery, but he's chucking it.
He's fixing it. It's still attached. He's like, I have to bring this over here and charge it.
Very video game, where it's like, oh, I picked
Yeah.
up the component, now I got to take it back. He's
Plug it
throwing
in.
it. It's part of his model, and I can't decide if I want to.
Wait, his part of his model is holding that?
Yeah, it's hard to tell on the. Oh, you can see on the side of the box. Look at the side of the box. See, that's part of his model. Is he's like force throwing it, but the little like cord is attached to his cape to give the illusion of floating. And I can't decide if I want to include that or not.
Why does it look like it's attached here then?
Maybe it is attached in that case. Maybe you can do both? We'll see. The, what else is in there? Probably a lot more plastic.
Oh, yeah. Getting distracted. Ooh. So, how do you play a game with things like this? Like, what is...
That's the neat thing. You don't.
Like, how does this fit in your terrain?
It doesn't. And now you understand why some people have an issue with this product.
But... So it's just
This is a
literally set
diorama.
piece?
For display only.
Yes, this is intended for you to put on your shelf. You can pull out the minis to play with, and when you're done, you put them back on your shelf. And this does not go on your table. This is not terrain.
So they're like trying to fit two hobbies. Like people who like to do little dioramas?
Yeah.
Dioramas? Whatever. And then the people who like to play with little figures.
Yeah, but it's obviously catered towards the first one because this is $90.
Ooh.
Those, and it only comes with 2 guys, and the rest of it is less functional for gameplay. You can, I'm planning on having that speeder be like removable.
I was gonna say, if these are like included, it's literally just the figures to play with.
Correct. I am going to plan on using that speeder as like terrain, so it'll be detachable. But the this terrain piece itself, pull it out of there. You can see like around the edges, like this wouldn't look very good if you stuck it on the table because of all those like smooth edges.
Yeah.
So it will look very nice on the shelf, but it has very little gameplay functionality.
Also, what setting are they in? What are
That's
they?
a good
What is
question.
this from?
This isn't because in the movie they're on like Gravel Planet, or in the show they're on like Gravel Planet, and then they're on like Spire Planet. This is just nowhere in particular, as far
Like,
as I can tell.
If you're gonna make a little thing that you can use for display, wouldn't you make it so that it was from a scene that like is a well-known scene for these characters?
Maybe, and in their defense, I'll say the first time they meet in the show is the most boring ass location, and if they had done that for this, I'd been like, great. It'd
But
be
the
like that
last
Lego
one was
set.
cool.
The last one was cool, but also would have less framing of the characters because it's a bunch of like rock pillars. So I think this is
Just have
fine.
the rock pillars are on the sides.
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, it just seems strange to have a diorama that's not from one of the movies or shows.
Yes.
That seems strange. Okay. I feel like this is something that could be like, hey, wanna have something cool to display your figures with? You can buy like different things and then you can use it for any of your people.
I mean, that's kind of a cool idea.
Like have little dioramas that you can get separately. And then
That
there's-
don't come with the characters.
that don't come with characters, that have little things that you can like, if you want to put these two in a battle or whatever, and just have them like, if you want to put Rex and I don't know, Maul,
But
sure,
if it didn't come with characters, do you know how many less people would be buying these?
or do it with like a little bonus guy or something. Because I'm sure there are people who like to display their figures once they've painted them.
Yeah, I would if we had more living space. I'd have a display case for all of my painted minis, but we don't have room.
Ooh! With it, like, ooh, you get a fancy card of this other character you could do.
I mean, they're
The
all
Loka
foils.
Jedi.
Look at the Loka Jedi. Oh, Loka. That's the
Loka.
Polish one.
How would you even say that?
Zdeterminowany mistrz.
Determined champion.
Determinowani? Determinowani?
Are you asking me if I know how to pronounce Polish? Because I don't.
That's a very long.
I like how they're come with foils.
So he is not. Oh, out of hiding. That's what. I
Yeah,
was like,
this
that
is-
doesn't look like a Jedi.
What do you mean it doesn't look like a Jedi?
No, like the word on the Polish one. I was like, that doesn't look like Jedi. So he's a baby one. He's not a first person.
Yes, they're primaries and babies.
Baby.
He is a secondary unit.
Okay. So, oh, and this one you cannot use with Anakin.
Right, you can't
You
have
cannot switch
Vader
back
and
and
Anakin
forth.
on a team together.
Between the happy. and sad.
Yes, that's how you determine the difference between Anakin and Vader. One is happy, one is sad.
Okay. So we have these ones are not foils, unfortunately. Okay,
Oh, hold on, let's check in on our
our stack.
stack of...
Oh, I didn't do it in orders. Hold on.
The size of that thing.
At least it's not plastic, but it does feel, it feels weird,
Yeah.
but
Then this one has a dark rage, see? The sad, angry version. Okay. So I think the foils are fun.
yeah, I like the foils.
I just think that's a lot for... I feel like this should be optional for the people who want to do dioramas. Or
Yeah, I
have
mean,
it
we
more
talked
of
about
like
this in our, you can check out our interview with Will Schick. It's sort of partially because these two characters, I guess they're like, they didn't know who else they would package them with, and I guess they don't want to sell them individually. I don't know.
Baby Leia.
Baby, yeah, the young Leia, primary. She'd be the primary, and Obi-Wan is the secondary.
I feel like I think it's fine if they wanted to do like a little diorama thing, but I think this should have been a little bit more like yes, they have the speeder you can put together, but I feel like this should have been more
Functional?
functional, but also something that's a little bit more of like you get these pieces and you can put it together in a different way, and then you can take the pieces out and use them in your
Right, a little
terrain.
more modular.
Yeah. So like that way you could kind of design it a little bit, even.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because I think that would be nice because everyone's going to display things. I like want to display things differently. So it's just like, hey, I have these cool things that you can use on your display, but you could also like take pieces off and use it for terrain or like switch it up how you want it to be, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more interactive of a thing. Make it, I think this part can be a little bit more interactive. Like even if you had like a big stone, they could pop off and use in terrain. Like if this had been a big
If
rock,
that thing
take
was
off,
removable
take this
and
off.
had like a backside,
Yeah.
then it would that'd be a fantastic chunk of terrain, just a big old rock like that.
Yeah, and like have some of these things that you can like just pop out and then use as terrain and then put back.
Well,
Like if you had little like things that stick in and you can just go slide it on there.
well, maybe they'll think about that for these types of products are probably going to be pretty few and far between. It's not going to be a normal thing, but
I think that's a way you can make it like more functional and like something that people might be more interested in purchasing. Like if you wanted small bits of terrain that you could mix in with your other terrain, like have it so you could take these apart or make them more personalized or whatever. Because this is just like the usual terrain. You can kind of put it together in different ways, can't you?
yeah,
bit.
that's the kind of the whole fun thing about all the core box terrain is how you can mix and match it all the time.
Yeah, and I feel like, yes, this is just a display, but it's also just like a piece of plastic that you can't
Isn't it
really
all just a
do
piece
a
of
lot
plastic?
with. Well, yeah, but you can't really do a lot with this. You can't change it up and
No.
personalize.
What you could do is you can make print a whole 3x3 table that has a hole in it specifically so you fit this. So you slot this in your table, and then it's flush with the board.
It might be a bit excessive.
I need you to pick which of those characters you've just unboxed are you most excited to play with?
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan!
Okay, that was quick.
Yeah, it's Obi-Wan.
I'm excited to play with
cool.
Obi-Wan too.
I'd probably play with Vader too if I was a dark side, or if you wanted to do like once they get more of them, you could do a weird little family affair. Because I feel like have a strange little family. Because isn't Padme supposed to?
Padme comes out in September, but she's probably a primary. So you can't You could, well, I guess you could have Padme primary, Vader primary, and then whoever else.
Yeah, just have the whole, because you can mix generations, right?
Yeah.
Later on.
Mm-hmm.
Just have a family going to battle.
Okay, Skywalker family team coming this winter.
This is the one that's most confusing to me. And then this stack of, like, compare the stack of usable items with unusable.
Yeah, well, that's your mission, is to make some kind of creative endeavor out of those. Cut out all the art from the order cards and like make a little collage.
I mean, these wouldn't be as bad. I feel like you can make like some sort of collage with these types of arts.
That was these things. I want to know, did you end up buying the You Cannot Run dual pack? I'm really excited for Vader and Obi-Wan. I'm not particularly excited to do the diorama. I'll get to it. I like the speeder, but
I mean, where are you going to put this?
yeah, that's the other thing. I don't even know if I have a good place to put that. Won't even like fit on my bookshelf with all my Star Wars books.
You just put it somewhere and it can be the cat's diorama and they can just like knock things off of it. Put their little...
Yeah, you can put cat toys on it, and then they can play. They can play Shatterpoint.
Shatterpoint!